Starfield is an incredible game, but it doesn't teach you how to break into secret vaults, fast travel from anywhere in the game, or even how to convert your stolen items into legitimate treasures. I hate long intros, so let's quit the faffing around and dive straight into the video. If you're brand new to Starfield, this is something you need to learn as soon as possible. The cutter can be a formidable tool and weapon in the game, but the chances are you aren't using it correctly at the beginning. See, when you simply tap and hold down the trigger button to mine something, you might as well be watching paint dry. It takes so long. So if you hold down the left trigger or the aim button on PC, you'll see the crosshairs focus on the center of the circle, giving you a far more powerful laser when you fire, shattering minerals in seconds. You'll expend more energy when using it this way, but you won't die of boredom, so I consider this one an absolute win. In addition to the cutter being used as a vicious weapon and a super productive mining tool, you can also use it as an escape tool? Well, that certainly wasn't a feature I was expecting in Starfield. Throughout your gameplay, you'll come across a couple of these emergency doors that have a bolt in each corner. If you happen to have your cutter with you, you can zap your way through the bolts, knocking down the door and escaping to freedom, or you could even break into a secret vault at certain points in the game. As tempting as it may be to use your companions in Starfield as pack mules, you've got to show them a little bit more respect, and by respect I mean actually letting them use some of the crazy gear you're asking them to hold. So, if you hand your companion a piece of armor, you can switch back to their inventory afterwards and equip it as you would your own character, but the difference is your companion will now take full advantage of that limited edition armor set that was made for hunting terramorphs. You can also have them use any specific weapon in the game by repeating the same method while also giving them some ammunition. It doesn't have to be a lot, as they'll somehow generate an unlimited supply from whatever you give them, but just bear in mind that they won't use the weapon without giving them a magazine or two as well. Starfield's charmingly annoying star map is interesting, but also very hard to understand at first. So let me give you a few tips to catch you up to speed with everything. A white system with a glow means that you have visited the system before. A white system without a glow is one that you haven't visited, but one that is within reach using your current ship. A red system is one that you are unable to reach due to not having explored the route or not having a high enough level grav drive to get there. As for these little icons, this one here means there's a major settlement such as a city or a town like New Atlantis or Aquila. This is a point of interest, probably worth looking into if you're bored in the game or looking to make some extra credits. This cute little tent icon is for your outposts. The funky looking one is for star stations. And the ship icon is for an incredibly rare cat named Thomas. No, I'm just playing. It's this one's for a ship, obviously. There's no indication as to whether or not they're going to be friendly, so just be cautious. I wasted so much time running to and from my ship in Starfield. I wish somebody would have given this weirdly obvious tip that I'm about to share with you. Let's say I want to travel from the spaceport in New Atlantis to the lodge. You could walk there or use the weird train thing, but honestly, who enjoys cardio? Am I right? Instead, whip out your scanner and you'll be able to teleport there instantly, so long as you're not over encumbered. Fun fact, while I was recording the voiceover, I said over cucumbered. That's a thing now. Okay, so now I've been to the lodge and received my next objective, but yet again, I feel like being lazy. So open up your missions tab, and in the menu, you can actually just tap the button that says set course and travel directly to the location regardless of what planet or system it is on. You are welcome. Enjoy being as lazy as your parents actually say you are. Oh, and bonus tip, you can also fast travel using the scanner on your ship. It works exactly the same way as the hand scanner, and you can also whip out your surface map and select an icon from there. It feels almost as rewarding as hitting the subscribe button. Am I right? Pew, 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 pew. Oh, sorry, I was just collecting a bunch of resources by blowing up asteroids in a random system. God, I love this game. For real though, when you start out in Starfield, resources are essential for upgrading your weapons, building outposts, and seeing as Bethesda just patched all of our favorite not so legitimate ways of getting a bunch of them for free, this could be an easy way to stock up on iron, nickel, palladium, water, and even gold before sinking hundreds of hours into making an efficient outpost. Worst case scenario, you get a bunch of fancy rocks that you can sell and you get to blow stuff up. Either way, it seems like a good plan to me. Quick Starfield tip, if you're a lazy git like me, who enjoys just chilling in bed and doing absolutely nothing every single day, you can actually get bonus experience for doing so in Starfield. Seriously, just have a nap before reenacting the no Russian scene from Call of Duty and terrorizing every human being within sight, and you'll actually cop some easy levels. But what is even better than a cheeky midday nap? Huh? Sharing that nap with your soulmate. No, seriously, you actually get bonus experience for getting laid before a mission in Starfield. Probably Bethesda's way of giving all of us nerdy virgins a little pat on the back, knowing we're destined to be alone forever. If you're pirating Starfield, and no, I don't mean taking a trip down Torrent Lane, I mean literally role-playing as a pirate and stealing ships, you should know that there are actually 2 cargo holds in every single ship. Stop thinking about all the loot you've missed out on and head to the cockpit next time you steal a ship. Take out everyone on board and then head to the usual cargo panel. Loot everything you need and then rummage around. Eventually you'll find a little screen called the Captain's Locker, which will always have far more valuable things inside of it than the standard cargo container. Double the loot and double the reason to like the video. Smooth. Stealing ships in Starfield is awesome. It makes you feel alive and powerful, a little bit like Jack Sparrow before the whole Amber Heard court case thing happened. Anyway, if you want to skip the super boring part of heading to a spaceport to register the ship every single time you try to steal one, here's how you can do it without ever even leaving the ship. Hop into the pilot seat of the ship you're about to steal. Once you're nice and comfy, open up the ship tab in the menu and make the new ship your home ship. After doing that, you'll see a little prompt at the bottom of the screen to register your ship right from the menu without ever needing to land at a spaceport. Tap the button and feel free to return to your old ship and continue on your adventures. Just don't forget to make your original ship your home ship once again, because although you are a ruthless pirate, you are a sensible one. Ugh, how many times have you been in this situation where you're trying to sell all of your gear or even buy a new ship in Starfield, but both their inventory and their supply of credits have completely run dry? Worry no more, my fellow space explorers. Simply park your wonderful buttocks in a bench for 24 hours to restock any ordinary shop vendor in the game. For ship merchants, head to Venus in the Sol system, return to your ship after landing, wait 10 hours, and then head back to your favorite ship merchant to find that their ships and credits will be replenished and ready to go. Here's how you can get unlimited storage in Starfield. Kind of. There are 3 ways of storing your ridiculous amount of resources in the game. The easiest and yet the most tedious is to build a ship with a huge storage capacity like this 9,000 plus cargo monstrosity. You can throw everything into this ship's cargo and then swap it out for your regular one. This is probably the best method because you'll still have access to everything in your cargo hold as you travel to and from outposts and settlements. But the downside is that after swapping to your usual smaller cargo ship, you'll probably find yourself unable to store anything else in your ship's storage. If you want to add more, then you have to head to a spaceport, swap back to the hauler, deposit items, and then swap back yet again. Another method for unlimited storage is to use either of these specific chests at the lodge in Starfield, one of which you actually only unlock when someone dies. They both have an unlimited storage capacity, but unfortunately they can't be accessed from anywhere other than right here in this room. And finally, another unorthodox method of storing your resources is just it's just to dump them on the floor. Come on, you're a gamer, you should be used to just throwing all of your trash everywhere rather than putting it away nicely. If you have been caught stealing in Starfield, you'll have all of your stolen items taken off you. It sucks, but I'm gonna show you how to steal it all back, like really easily. After being arrested, using New Atlantis as an example for this one, you can actually just take a look around the building and find the stolen items locker. With a point or two invested into the security perk, you'll be able to grab all of your belongings and go about your business. If you're sick of carrying around stolen items in Starfield, you can actually turn them into perfectly legitimate pieces of gear and treasures, and it's super easy to do. Head to any trade authority in the game with the stolen gear and sell them to the vendor. Now, don't back out of the menu, instead head back to the vendor's inventory and scroll all the way down to the buy back tab. Purchase the item you sold to the vendor, and you'll receive them in perfectly good condition. Let me teach you how to become an assassin in Starfield. First and foremost, a trick that I haven't seen anyone talk about is unequipping your spacesuit while sneaking actually makes your life so much easier. Enemies are less likely to detect you and you make far less sound while moving around. Hey, that rhymed. Next up, you'll want to level up your stealth skill. This one is obvious, but when you combine the damage multipliers from the skill alongside an instigating weapon, plus other perks that increase your damage naturally, you will become an absolute demon in Starfield. Finally, you can grab this awesome clothing set by completing the Ryujin side quests. Not only is it one of the best looking outfits in the game, but it also comes with a bunch of enhancements that are perfect for Black Ops. No, I don't mean the Call of Duty game, they are completely different franchises. For my final tip of the video, what if I told you there was a way of getting the majority of ship parts in the game all at one location rather than going to different vendors? For this, you're going to want to set up an outpost anywhere in the game and build one of the large landing pads. With this, you can not only swap your ships at any given time from your outpost, but you also gain access to a huge number of upgrades incredibly early in the game. You still have to go out and search for the higher tier upgrades, but this little addition will help you get your Frontier back to being a formidable vessel. That's all for this video, but if you want to learn how to unlock the incredible Mantis outfit and get a ship for free in the process, tap the card on screen now or check out some of the other links in the description. Thank you as always for watching today's video, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll catch you in the next one.